guys, and welcome back. Oh my gosh, guys, I know I've been away for so long and I am so sorry, but so much has happened, you guys. Like in the in the 6 months, it's 6 months that I've been away. Oh my gosh, that is so wrong. I've been away for 6 months. I'm so sorry, but so much has happened and there's so much gist, you guys. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to drop you all these gist. Obviously not in one video, so many videos, but there's so much gist and I'm so excited to drop you all of it. But before I get ahead of myself, it is your girl Shampepe and this is my version of events. Alright guys, so much has actually happened, like I said, in the time that I have been away. And honestly, it's like just one thing to another. I had a car accident, which is actually what this video is going to be about. I had a really bad car accident that honestly almost claimed my life. I'm really lucky to be alive, and that's what I will be talking about today. But then like there was so much that happened even after that. So after my car accident, I was recovering, then we got into NSARS, and then like other stuff just kept happening. The end of the year is usually the busiest time of the year for me, so I just got really busy just doing a lot of things. So that is why I haven't posted content in a while. But today I'm going to be talking about how I survived the car accident that almost claimed my life. You guys ready to share the story? Okay, let's get into it. So this accident happened on the 28th of August 2020. It was like a rainy morning, rainy season. So I woke up, it was raining. I had made plans with my friend who owns a restaurant on Usuma Street. So I was just supposed to go and see him, just kind of hang out a little bit and everything. The last time I checked the time before my accident, it was 1:20. It was around, no. Let's say like 1:10-ish in the afternoon. It had rained actually, and it was still drizzling. And the drizzle was a little bit heavy. So it wasn't like a super light drizzle, but it wasn't heavy enough to be rain. Does that make sense? Anyway, yeah, that's kind of what the weather was like. So, I was going out and, because of COVID now, like, it's not as if I had been dressing up or anything. It's all like cute. Girl, like I wore jeans, I wore like a nice cute jacket because we don't get cold weather in Abuja. Oh my goodness. So any chance I have to wear like my cold weather outfits, I love it. Like my jackets and sweaters and stuff. Anyway, so I had on my cute jacket, I wore my sneakers, everything. I sprayed nice perfume. I was feeling myself, I won't even lie. I got dressed, everything. Oh, Twitter, someone saying something to me, sorry. So I got dressed and I got in my car and I started driving. If you know Abuja, I was coming from Area 1 roundabout and going towards Constitution Avenue. The express is straight and then there's an exit. There's a ramp that goes up onto Constitution Avenue. And so like I was approaching the ramp and then I made the turn or the bend. And then you know how like you're not driving expecting to have an accident. Like I don't think anybody ever drives expecting to have an accident. Like, okay, in 5 minutes I'm going to have an accident. Like that doesn't happen like normally. So you're not driving expecting that you're going to have an accident, right? So like literally I was climbing up the ramp and I started, because I had to turn my steering to make the turn. And then after I made the turn, I had to obviously straighten my tires back, and so I was trying to straighten my tires like normally, and my car kept going right. So I'm trying to straighten my tires, my car just keeps going right, and I'm just like, it happened fast, but it happened slowly. Do you get? So I'm not like, oh my goodness, my tires aren't coming back. So I now start trying, and my car is just going, and I see my car heading for the curb. And I tell the story and it's slow, but it actually didn't happen this slow. It happened in all of maybe like 10 seconds. So I see my car heading for the curb. And mind you, I had just gotten my car back. Like my car was giving me a little bit of trouble. So my dad was like, okay, send your car to me. Because my dad has like an auto workshop, right? So I sent him my car. He fixed everything, did some body work. My car was looking nice, nice. Like repainted it, everything. My car was really, really nice. So I saw myself heading for the curb and I was just like, oh gosh, my car was literally just fixed. What the hell? Anyway, in my mind, I'm not thinking it's going to be anything serious, right? Because I'm heading for the curb and I'm thinking that, okay, when I hit the curb, my car will stop. I was not speeding and anything. Ladies and gentlemen, boy, was I wrong. It felt as if I hit the curb and my car just accelerated. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. I was hitting my brakes. I knew I was going to hit the curb. But in my mind, the curb was going to stop my car. It did not stop my car. It literally felt like I hit the curb and accelerated. I don't know how to explain it. But that happened. So I was heading for a tree, and in my mind I'm like, oh boy. So I felt like, okay, if I hit that tree, my car would finally come to a stop. I hit the tree. And it just felt like my car bounced off of that tree and kept going. And I was just like, in my head, I was like, oh, I guess not. And I kept going. And then I hit a second tree on the left. So it's like, because it was a bend, so my car skidded. What's the word? I don't know. English is hard. My car shell went off the road, hit one tree, bounced off of that one, and hit another one. And that was the tree that stopped my car. Now, when my car finally came to a stop, and while all of this was happening, I didn't freak out. I was surprisingly very, very calm. I did not freak out. I wasn't like scared or anything. When my car came to a stop, there was smoke everywhere. My airbag came out and I was just like, oh my goodness. It was at that point I started to freak out. Because you know how you watch a lot of things like movies or even like real life events and you see that the car explodes after, it has come to a stop or whatever, and there was just smoke everywhere. And like I didn't know what was going on. So my first instinct was, okay, get out of this car and get as far away from it as possible. So I took a deep breath to make sure that, I was okay. I kind of, moved a little bit to make sure that I didn't have any broken bones or anything and that I could actually move out of the vehicle. In the meantime, I opened my car door, just so if passersby saw me, they would be able to come help. I opened my car door and then I tried to undo my seatbelt. My seatbelt was not coming undone. So I was pushing it, and it wasn't coming undone. And then there was just smoke. So I started to freak out. And then I was just like, okay, Sermon, take a deep breath and just try again. So I took a deep breath and then slowly I pressed the button, about 3 or 4 times, and then my seatbelt came undone. And I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. So I stepped out of the car and I started to walk as far away from it as possible because I didn't want anything to happen. Now, mind you, I left the car without my bag, without my phone, without anything, because my instinct was just to get as far away from the car as possible. Now, people had stopped, like taxi drivers, delivery men, just people that were curious about what happened and everything. And this is something that happens in Nigeria that I don't really understand. When there's an accident, people just stop, not to help, just to see what happened. Like a few people took pictures, and I was just like, nobody has bothered to ask me if I'm okay. Like, this is just really odd. One taxi driver was even like, madam, you are very lucky. You come out from this car. Now, wow, madam, you are very lucky. That's all. All the other people were not even speaking to me, nothing. When people were making comments and the taxi driver was talking to me, I didn't respond. Like, I was still, I don't know if I should say a state of shock, but like, I was just looking at the vehicle like, this didn't just happen. So I'm really just in shock and I'm staring at the vehicle, and then finally some guy pulls up, stops, gets out the car. Well, his driver was driving, he was in the back seat. He gets out his car and he walks towards me. And he was like, is everything okay? And I look at him like, clearly not, but thanks for asking, you know. And then he looks at the car, he looks at me. And then he was like, were you driving? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, wow, do you have insurance on this car? And in my mind, I'm just like, man, this is really not about the car, but you know. So I just said to him, like, I'm not really worried about the car right now. Not sure if you can tell. And he's like, oh, wow, have you called anyone? Now, mind you, I left my purse in the car, my phone, like everything. So I hadn't called anybody, and I told him, like, nah, I've not really called anyone because like there was like a lot of smoke. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen, so I kind of just stepped away. My phone's in there, my bag's in there, and everything. So he tells his driver to get out his triangle fire extinguisher. So the driver gets out the triangle, places it on the road, gets out the fire extinguisher just in case. And he told his driver to get my bag, my phone, my personal belongings from the car and everything. So his driver gets the fire extinguisher, keeps it on him just in case a fire starts. He, goes in through the driver's seat, gets my bag, gets me my phone. So I took my phone. The first person I call is my sister. Now I was a little calm, but I said, hey, I've just had an accident. And she's like, oh my goodness, where are you? So I tell her, and she's on her way. I get off, and I tried calling my dad, but I couldn't get through. So I called like a few other people that I knew would be of help to me. I sent a message. I had like a girls chat group with like two of my friends. So I sent a message. Nez was like head in the washing bowl at the salon, washing her hair. This girl gets my message and she just gets up out the like now I can laugh about it, but it wasn't funny. Like, so Nez shows up, her hair is wet and she's natural, so her hair is like all over the place. It's wet, like literally dripping of water. Like she was wearing like a little like sleeveless jacket type thing, but it was like wet water. She shows up and everything. Shout out to my friends, man. Y'all are the real MVPs. But my friends came through for me. As soon as Nez gets there, my sister's like, okay, you guys go to the hospital, because at this point, like, my chest is hurting, everything. Before anybody gets there, this good Samaritan that actually stopped to help me out was like, please sit down, like sit in my car while you're waiting. Now, y'all know how this country is, right? So I was a little skeptical, like, oh my god, I'm not really sure if I should, like, this is a stranger, I know absolutely nothing about this man. Do you get, like, yes, he was nice enough to stop and help me, but that's how people usually get you. So anyway, so he kept insisting, like, sit down, and I was like, no, I'm good. But my chest, it like started hurting me so bad. And so he saw me like holding my chest and everything, and he's like, please, like, just sit down. So he told the driver, just open the door for her so she can just sit down. So I sat down. I waited until like my sister and some of my friends got there. I came out. As soon as Nez gets there, she takes me to the hospital, and I left my sister, this good Samaritan, and my other friends there figuring out how to like tow my car and everything. So I go to the hospital with Nez. I had the funniest experience, guys, because I walk through the emergency and I'm like, okay, I need to get checked. This is Anizami, and I've just had an accident and everything. I have like some chest pain and whatnot. Now, because of COVID protocols, things were a little slow, but I get through everything, get to the doctor's office, and he sees me and he's like, oh, so like, what's the problem? Like, this is like a normal consultation. This is the emergency room. He's like, okay, so what's the problem? And I'm like, I have really bad chest pains and like my shoulder and everything. I've just been in a car accident. And then he was like, okay, when did the chest pain start? And I was like, 20 minutes ago when I was in the car accident. And he was like, okay, so for how long have I had the chest pains? And Nez was standing there losing her mind. So she told this guy, she was like, she literally was just in a car accident. Like, now we're just coming from there. She's been in a car accident. Can you be like a little more snappy? Nez was losing her mind. So the guy was like, okay, we need to do an x-ray to make sure everything's good. but since I'm in a lot of pain, they'll give me um, a painkiller. So they gave me an injection to kind of, take care of the pain before I went to my X-ray. So I went to the X-ray, did it, everything. My friends showed up at the hospital. Like, it was just, it's crazy. Like I said, my friends are really the like MVPs of the world, right? Like, I'm blessed with friends. The friends I have are just really amazing. So anyway, um, we got the X-rays done. They said there wasn't anything. I just had like a torn muscle or something. Um, and but there was no broken bones, nothing. So I could go home. So I left hospital, I came home, and that's how I started my process of recovery. I had a really bruised chest on like the right side of my chest was like really, really bruised. My shoulder hurt really bad. I couldn't even lay down. Like laying down hurt so much. I can't even explain it. So I would always rather be seated. Even when I was going to sleep, I would just sleep like on my bed, just propped up a little bit because laying down just hurt so much. But slowly and surely I started to heal. My shoulder hurt for well over 3 to 4 months. Like it really, really hurt. And the thing is, even now, like I try to work out sometimes, like when I try to do like planks and stuff, because the weight is on my hands, my shoulder still hurts a little bit afterwards. So I'm still very careful. But honestly, it is a miracle that I came out of that car with just minor bruises. Honestly, I had a bruise on my thigh, a bruise on my neck from the seat belt like holding me in, and then the airbag hitting me kind of, also on my chest, caused a lot of chest pain and stuff. But I'm honestly so lucky to be alive. And I do want to take this medium to say thank you to everybody who like sent me a message, who reached out, who came to visit me. I mean, like, the show of love was really just amazing. There was one night my house was literally, we were turning up, child. Like, my friends came over and they all kind of like came over at the same time. It was really, really, it was just amazing. And I was just reminded of just how much God loves me, how brief life is. Like, it's so easy to die, and I say this so often, like it's so easy to die. And when you just think about going through that and coming out alive, it's really just a testimony, honestly. And I'm just so grateful to God. Like, this experience just kind of taught me a lot. And in case you're wondering what actually happened, like when I stepped out of the car and I was looking at it, I was just thinking in my head, like, I don't even know how I'm going to explain this, because everybody that knows me knows that I speed. I'm a fast driver. Everybody knows this. Like, people will tell you, don't get in this girl's car because like you will sit with your hands under your thighs the entire time. Like, everybody knows I drive fast. Like, this is something that has been established. So when I was just looking at the car, like, no one is going to believe me if I tell them I wasn't speeding. And because it was raining, like, I don't mess around when it's raining and I'm driving. Like, forget that I'm a fast driver. When it's raining, I don't play. I respect myself because I've seen accidents happen in front of my eyes, like when it's raining. So I don't play. So I was just thinking to myself, like, nobody is going to believe me because everybody knows I drive fast. So no matter what I say, no one's going to believe me. Now, after I had gone to the hospital and come home and everything, one of my friends that was there told me that apparently road safety came to the scene after I had left to go to the hospital. And they found through their investigations that there was diesel that spilled on the road. So it was on the side of my right tires, on the right side of my car. So diesel had spilled on the road there. And so that's what caused my tires to be really slippery and not respond to my steering. Also coupled with the fact that it rained and everything, it didn't look like anyone else had had any kind of accident there before me. I don't know if anything else happened in that spot, but apparently diesel spilling in the road is a really, really dangerous thing, guys. So don't always assume that spillages, God, English is hard. Don't always assume that things that spill on the road are like water or anything, because this accident was caused by diesel. I would never have known. And the reason why I really didn't see it is because, like I said, it was drizzling, so the roads were completely wet, so I really couldn't tell that anything had spilled on the road. But please be very careful. If you see spillages on the road, as much as possible try to avoid them, because diesel apparently is really slippery and really dangerous. But yeah, that's what caused my accident. I'm just really grateful to be alive and to be here so I can make more content for you guys. But yeah, so that's the story of how I survived my accident. But now I'm here, I am back, and hopefully just going to be making amazing content for you guys. I don't know how often I'm going to be posting videos, you guys, because I just realized that content production is a full-time job, and I don't know if I can be that consistent, but I promise to try. Okay? But thank you guys so much for sticking with me through the entire video. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, please share it with your friends and family on your social media. I'm really trying to get my subscribers up this year, so please help me out, pretty please. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.